If you're like me, you can't begin to imagine what working in Hollywood for more than a half a century is like. You also wonder how, after a devastating and debilitating stroke, iconic actor Kirk Douglas was able to overcome the resulting physical and emotional challenges and continue his work as an actor, author, and philanthropist. One thing's for sure, he didn't do it alone. Thanks to Ann, his wife and business partner, Kirk Douglas has been able to make movies and make a difference. I recently sat down with this remarkable couple in their Los Angeles home to discuss their personal and professional longevity and their lifelong commitment to helping others. Take a look. So, Kirk, I don't normally start interviews by saying, wow, but you deserve more than one wow. It's amazing, your body of work, the fact that you're the ever-ready bunny, you just keep going and going and going. So what are the characteristics about you?
At 100 years old, I thought I was not being doing any interviews, but I guess I was wrong. But I look back on my, I don't know, 50 years of making movies, and I'm satisfied.
And what is it about him? What are the characteristics you see in him that
There are many phases. You know, characteristic in his work, in his philosophy, and with women. Now, which one would you like?
Maybe you're a woman. Why don't we start there?
And I think with time, he has what I would say matured in the best way. Whatever he didn't have before, and I don't mean possession, within him as a character, he has it now, and he has it little by little. It came more and more.
I'm listening to you, and I don't think this is describing me. Because I don't recognize myself.
Everybody has their favorite Kirk Douglas movie, so I want to give the two of you a crack at it. Is there a favorite film of yours?
Do you have a favorite film?
Did he ask you?
Yes, I have several movies. I have made almost 90 movies. God, that's a lot of movies. I don't want to make another movie. But the movie I liked was not always the most popular movie.
Lonely on the Moon.
Yes. I was searching for the title. Was not a big movie, but I like the movie. I like the character I played in.
You know, Kirk's talked a lot about his youth and growing up poor, but your childhood helped shape who you are, too. Can you talk a little bit about growing up and some of the things that you had to go through in your lifetime?
My upbringing was that I spoke English, French, and German. And when I came to Paris during the occupation, I was able to make some money by doing subtitles, German subtitles, under French movies. And later on, I continued to do the same thing with English subtitles under French movies. and it brought me into public relations, and I became the assistant of the assistant that took the stars to Hollywood. This was my dream of all dreams. I had a very interesting and fascinating life. I was in America taking the star for the Hollywood premiere about the Toulouse-Lautrec movie, when the director, who was a friend of mine, wanted me for a movie with Kirk Douglas as the PR lady. And I said I couldn't do it. I am going to Hollywood. And that was more important than anything. I came back, and the director called and he said, "I want you on the set tomorrow." And he said, "Let me take you to the lion's den." And it was his dressing room.
And she came in, and they told me all about her. So she was perfect for my assistant because she spoke 3 languages, and I was very happy. So when she came in, I offered the job, and she turned me down. Well, I was shocked. I was not accustomed to be treated that way. But then I took her to the charity ball where the actors all put on the circus. There was an act with elephants, and French actors were on the elephant. And when the elephant at the end went off, I came out with a broom and that.
In his tuxedo.
And so that was the thing
that made me really laugh.
See, so if I could do that, so we became much closer.
Yeah.
After that.
And 62 years later, here we are.
Wow.
We're still married.
So that's the key to a great marriage.
Yeah.
Follow the elephants.
Yes.
Let me ask you, all the philanthropic work that you do, is there one that's closest to your heart, the one that you feel the strongest about, Anne?
I went with Kirk Thanksgiving to the homeless shelter. A friend of my husband wanted him to come along because Kirk had an experience in his youth about Thanksgiving, and his friend Sidney Sheldon, a writer, said, "You come with me and tell the men what Thanksgiving meant to you." And Kirk had the speech, and he, at Thanksgiving, was standing in line to try to get a meal, and they were running out of meal, just 2 people before him. So that was his story. While he was making the rounds and talked to the men, I looked, where are the women? Oh, the women are here. Everything is bunk beds. And then there came a white sheet, and that was for the women. All other facilities were the same. I was so appalled. I called the mayor, who also helped me with the homeless now, and gave some money, and I was trying to build a building because the facility for the men was already going to be replaced with a new facility because the earthquake had made it insecure. So I prayed a lot to God to see how I can find some money.
But you know, she prayed that God love to God, but God doesn't have any money. She will go to me.
So God
and make sure I kept working in the movie.
So God called
so
Kirk.
She had enough money.
And so God called Kirk and a couple of his friends, and I had my Ann Douglas Center built 22 years ago.
Wow.
For 28 in-house, 500 and more that come in and out for closing, showers,
Three movies.
3 movies. God told you to make 3 movies, right? Sitting here talking to the two of you, you can't help but notice the love. And it's been there for years and years and years. And I want to talk about 96. You got the Academy Award, thunderous applause, standing ovation. You talked about your boys, how they were out in the audience and they were proud. But then you dedicated it to Anne, and you told her you loved her. Talk to me about that moment. How important was that to confess your love to this woman that you've loved all these years?
When I got that Oscar, I gave it to her, and it has never been in my room. It was always new.
I have to tell you something that very few people know. The emotion about when he went to receive the Oscar. You have to know that my husband just had a stroke. He could hardly talk. He's taking speech lessons, and we're rehearsing at home. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all day long. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, he got that out. The night of the Oscar, now we all know that he can say it. Thank you. It's the night of the Oscar. You saw it or you heard it.
I am proud too. Proud to be a part of Hollywood for 50 years. But this is for my wife, Anne. I love you.
the fact that he could say all this broke us totally with emotion. Somehow, somewhere, and we don't know to this day, he was in a corner in his room and said to himself, or learned these words that he said. We didn't know he could do it.
What was that like for you? That must have been
So
amazing.
if you think it was not only the emotion that he gave it to me, but that he could talk.
And I have been talking ever since.
Thank you both so much. This has just been an absolute delight. Thank you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. What a pleasure. Coming up, how one woman's childhood dream turned her into one of fashion's biggest names.